inventory.
Big, come
Buy
small. Come once and come twice for the best quality and price.
We guarantee the quality of all our inventory.
Big, come
Buy
small. Come once and come twice for the
I think now would be a good time to give me a reason not to kill you.
That's a two-handed sword.
Shit. Fair enough. The name's Fygar.
I know who
our
you are.
inventory.
Big, come
Buy
small. Come.
The name Amar mean anything to you?
I'll just assume this is the beginning of some heartfelt, prepare-to-die speech you've practiced in the mirror. I'll make it simple. Father, brother, best friend. Frankly, I don't care. Amar was just another poison-pushing son of a bitch whose only success in life was dying before I could hook him. But if you want a quote for his tombstone, loyal isn't far from the truth. Might have let him go if he'd stopped calling me mommy long enough to share something useful about his alchemist friend.
I think it's time someone taught you some manners, Sergeant.
You ever see a man get peeled like a banana?
Anyone ever told you you're absolutely insane?
Occupational hazard.
Yeah. Hey. Looks useful.
Hello! Take a look at all we have to offer. I'm sure you'll find something that catches your eye. I appreciate the business. God knows we need it more than ever with these taxes.
What are you doing?
Did you find him?
He won't be bothering anyone again.
What happened?
He attacked me, crazy bastard.
I hear there is still another vigilante on the loose in Hatmandor. Perhaps this is in our favor.
Regardless, La, it's not safe for you here. The guards don't know your name, but if they keep looking...
I understand. I've seen enough good people killed in my lifetime. I couldn't live knowing your blood was on my hands. Here, take it. Consider it a gift of a fresh start.
And to think of one time you were skimming auras off my fee.
Agree to disagree, my friend. Best of luck.
Everything must go.
New stock of rare imports just in from the farthest corners of Antalur.
I guess I won't be able to fight my way past you.
Why would you...
I just have to ask. How'd you find me?
Commander Valerian, he...
Bastard. I knew he was dirty, but...
Relax. Valerian just asked me to make sure you hadn't gotten yourself killed.
Me? Killed? Me? Well, you can tell him I'm finished. That bastard has me asking questions to guys with more patches than eyes. Tell him he can start kicking down doors if he wants to take down Mirage.
Mirage?
Gods, he had to send a tourist. Mirage is the leader of one of Hatmandor's criminal underworld. They have their hands in everything.
Meaning?
Meaning, the only way I'll get myself killed is if someone finds me talking with some crazy-looking bastard like you. Gods, you even smell like a guard.
Sounds like the words of a coward to me.
Look, I may not look like an ideal citizen, but I didn't sign up for this because of my sense of adventure.
Why then? Money?
My mother. She's sick. The Imperials run a mine not too far from here. Verita crystals. The longer you're exposed to them, it's deadly. The only way to treat it is with the crystals themselves. I don't understand how it works, but the Imperials control it all.
And Mirage controls the black market.
Which is why most people either look the other way or ask for a favor.
Valeran's helping me. Until then, I'm helping you. If I wanted to get the medicine without asking Mirage.
There's an Imperial warehouse on the west side of Chesnadar. They use it to treat the guards supervising the mines.
You'll get the medicine.
There's an entrance on the ground floor, but it's heavily guarded. There's another entrance, though. A trapdoor on the second floor. I don't even think the guards know about it. I don't know what Valeran's dangling over your head, but best of luck.
The disease your mother has. Does it have a name?
The Red Death. Maybe not, but it usually kills miners, not poets. It starts with a cough. Then there's blood. It gets worse from there.
Your mother worked the mines?
Everyone does. You don't own a business, know a trade, or lose a husband? I hear others aren't given much of a choice.
How do you get this medicine?
You don't. Not unless you become a guard or work for Mirage. Barada has become the most valuable mineral in Antolur, and it's all Imperial property.
Anything else I should know about the storehouse?
I'd recommend going after dusk. Less witnesses. And remember, if you get caught, we never met.
Of course. I've heard there are people working against the Emperor in Hatmandor. You seem pretty well connected.
And you seem to think that you can just walk up to anyone on the street and ask things like that without getting killed. That said, I wouldn't mention it to Valeran. He's been looking for the captain for months.
The captain?
That's what they call him. The leader of the Resistance. People say he's camped out somewhere in the mountains, and not alone. If you're that determined, talk to Basil. He runs a place called Under the Influence in Hatmandor.
Do you think he'd help me?
Maybe. If you can get him to stop scaring the tourists long enough with his damn stories. Even loyalty has a price in Hatmandor. You'll learn that soon enough.
I'm sure I will. We'll talk soon.
Good luck.
Let's see. Hey.
Did you find him?
Hey, put it away. What's this? Hey.
It's you. Do you have it?
Here it is. Hope it'll last.
It's more than enough.
Then I expect the same.
Olg the Beard was a slave trader, but I know for a fact that he was on our payroll. So were the other victims.
You don't think Mirage is behind it?
Not a chance. Mirage is cutthroat, but his whole operation is at stake. He's posted muscle all over the city protecting his most trusted associates. But the only person I know who's crazy enough to try something like that is, well, you.
Thanks. Take care of your mother.
I will. Oh, and when you see Valerian, tell him I'm through.
Ah!
The Brotherhood is grateful for your service in our time of need. Your reward is enclosed in the chest.
What do we have here?
What have you found?
Ulk the Beard was a slave trader working for Mirage.
So were the other victims. Unless Mirage is dismantling his own operation,
Someone else is behind this.
then I'm back where I started. But I still need your help.
You've got my attention. What do you need?
Head to Under the Influence in Hatmandor. Talk to the proprietor, Basil. He's not exactly personable. But Mirage's associates spend as much time talking as they do drinking. Do whatever he asks. Gain his trust. When you've got something, come and find me. I'll pay you for whatever you find. As long as it's useful.
Who exactly is Mirage?
One of the most notorious criminals in Hatmandor. No one's ever seen him. But that doesn't make him any less dangerous.
Any more thoughts on the murders?
You know as much as I do. But Mirage, killing so many of his own? I'm not sure what to think. Not enough information. And even less time to point fingers.
Tell me more about Basil.
He runs most of the gambling establishments in the city. I'd gather he has his hands in a couple of off-the-book operations as well, but I've never been able to prove it. He's not stupid. But he's always looking for new blood. For all I know, he could be the next target.
Then I'll get started.
I'll be at my post, the watchtower in Hatmandor. Come to me with whatever you find.
Nice.
Anything I can use?
No, not yet.
Keep me posted.
The Brotherhood is grateful.
I'd like to mourn.
Looks useful.
I'm busy at the moment. Please leave immediately.
Yeah. You look to be real involved with something here.
This is not a trivial matter, so I expect a good explanation for your intrusion upon my work.
That's actually why I'm here. Because of your work.
You came to inquire about a half-delivered corpse.
Actually, I'm here to deliver the other half.
You? But where did you get it?
Lusum tracked it down.
Such professionals are so rare these days. I can't thank you enough.
Apparently not.
I see. Perhaps in return you can agree to admit this decent reward. Now, forgive me, but I have to concentrate on examining the body. My analysis must be ready by midnight, so I have to gently advise you to leave my cellar.
You're back! How was Hatmandor?
It was an experience.
Oh, I agree. But I'd much rather be burying Imperials than my friends. I received word that you made good on your promise. Here, take these auras. I hope it helps. I imagine you're eager to leave this godforsaken place.
Good doing business with you. Suppose I could always set up shop and learn a new trade.
Here, read this. The Grave Digger's Manual. The perfect guide. I learned everything I know from these pages. Oh, but you have to promise me you'll bring it back. It's got a lot of sentimental value.
Will do.
Hope it brings you as much joy as it has me. Yes, I know. The Grave Digger's Manual is the best read ever, right?
That was really insightful.
I knew you'd love it. The part about the steel tools and making your own set of hooks is my favorite. How about you?
I mostly read up on the pricing.
You'll make a great gravedigger one day.
Were you able to find the smuggler's passage?
I was. And thank you.
You're most welcome. Now, forgive me, but the children will be getting hungry soon. And I need to clear some space for this trap, if we're to have any hope of eating tonight.
Friends, it should be a crime to pass on these
I'd like to...
What do we have here?
I'd like to more...
Exotic wares and weapons recovered from the great battle of Oswald. I look at thousands of these every week and select only those meeting the toughest standards.
While it may not mean much, I think you would have...
You look like a man who knows what he wants. How can I be of service?
I guarantee the highest level of customer satisfaction in all of Andalor.
Welcome, my friend. Have you considered purchasing a home here in Hatmandor?
I hadn't, actually.
My client recently acquired a beautiful home due to its misappropriation in the family's will. It features beautiful rooms, ample storage. I couldn't imagine a better place to start a family.
And the current asking price?
You sound as if you've done this before. I think we could possibly speed up the process for, say, 70,000 auras?
Not a chance.
There was another buyer bidding at 60,000, but to be honest, he's a real asshole. Would 50,000 auras allow us both to walk away happily?
I'll take it.
Excellent! Speak to me once you've collected the funds, and we can begin.
Who's your client?
Mr. Lexington, sir. We've never spoken directly. I simply handle the affairs regarding this particular property.
You mentioned space.
Ah, it appears you're a mercenary of sorts. Such a life of adventure is rewarded with a variety of memorable treasures. When it comes to protecting and storing such precious items, there's no safer place in all of Hatmandor.
I'll be going.
I wish you many unforgettable adventures.
Lo, wayfarer, pray tell whence forth comest thou? What bringeth thee hereabout?
I have no idea what you just said to me.
Thou art a gallant wanderer, methinks. So speaketh thy mind, as doth thy apparel, thy faith. A noble warrior thou art, methinketh it according to reason. Wouldst thou be seeking venture and fortune, mayhap?
Did somebody hit you?
'Twas with but one gaze at thee that cried I, he be the knight that ye seek in thy wanyon, assuredly. Be not his potency non-peril. Will he don thoness, O mine, ere long? Will he on prize, mayhap?
Who talks like that?
The boss is in his office. Head upstairs, then left, straight, and then upstairs again. Can't miss it.
Not now, handsome. But stop by later.
Hey.
Who the hell are you?
That doesn't matter. What does is that I know who you are, Basil.
I can tell you're new around here. So listen, and listen close. Bold men with careless mouths don't last very long, yeah?
I've heard they do, if they're working for the right people.
If this is how you go about finding work, we might be able to work something out. What's your price?
Information.
About?
The Tower of Fangs, the captain, and whoever's been killing Mirage's men.
That's quite a large tab. Are you ready to earn it?
What's the job?
A transaction. I want you to see it concluded without incident. Part of the deal is that my man goes alone. But let's just say he's not as capable as someone like you. But be careful. If the client sees you, he might call it off.
Who's the client?
An employee of Lawrence Lexington, a very influential man in New Ashos. But influence and trust are entirely different matters. Go downstairs and talk to old Yersk. He's the man you'll be escorting.
I'm a little busy.
Yorsk?
Yeah?
Basil's asked me to escort you to the meeting place.
He's that worried? Well, then you're just in time.
I wanted to ask you a few questions before we leave.
Then you'll have to ask quickly.
What can you tell me about Basil?
The boss? He's a good man, mostly. He gives me work. I deliver something here, pick up another there. I was homeless before this, but I've got a roof over my head and I eat every week. I don't ask questions. I don't need to. If you're looking to get paid, neither should you.
Can you tell me anything about the captain?
Captain?
The leader of the Resistance.
Afraid I don't know much. Fighting Imperials, hiding out. It's a little too rich for my blood. Most folks talking like that around here are just looking to take home the barmaids.
Ready to go?
Follow me, but keep your distance. Can't afford to have you spotted. Let's go.
Lead the way. Wonder where this leads.
All right, now hide behind these barrels. Remember, if the client sees you, don't let him see you.
Understood.
If something goes wrong, well, I think you know why Basil hired you.
Aren't you a little old for a job like this?
Only if it goes south.
Right. Hey.
I was beginning to think you'd gotten lost.
To business, then?
Did you bring it with you?
Wait, the auras first.
Of course.
Where's the rest? We agreed to 15,000.
I assure you it's a simple misunderstanding. If you'll follow me to a location nearby, I can...
Have your men pick us off from behind? The deal is off. If you gentlemen would be so kind as to give this man a taste of Mr. Lexington's disappointments?
Warned you.
Thanks for your help.
It looked like he didn't need it. You're skilled with the blade, for your age.
Well, haven't lived this long because of a healthy diet.
If you say so.
Let's go get paid. But first, the stone.
What stone?
I was sent here to buy a precious stone. We can't get back without it.
All right.
You have this stone?
Yes.
Good, let's get out of here. The guards will be here soon. Take the stone to Basil. I could use a nap.
Hey! Where's Yersk? What happened?
He's home, resting. The client wasn't alone. They attacked us.
Trust and influence.
He won't need either.
And the item?
I have it with me.
Can't say I wasn't concerned. Mirage has little patience for failure.
You work for Mirage?
As do you. And while it seems you're not as bright as I had you pegged, you've proven you can be trusted.
I believe we had an arrangement.
You did the job, but you were sloppy. It's going to take time for the dust to settle. You're going to make it up to me. If you succeed, you'll get something extra.
Fine.
I need you to retrieve something of mine from a nearby cache.
I think I can handle it.
Speak with Risa. She'll give you all the details.
Risa?
A barmaid. Musician. Very talented. You'll find her downstairs. Hey!
Excuse me, I'm looking for Risa.
You can call me anything you like, gorgeous.
I think you have the wrong idea about what it is I'm looking for.
And I think you have the wrong idea about what it is I do.
Serve drinks, play music. Am I close?
Maybe my reputation precedes me.
Basil sent me. Something about a cache. You said you could give me the details.
You always this direct?
Only when they pay me.
It's east of here, just outside the city. I'll mark it on your map. Wouldn't want to lose you now, would we?
Anything else?
You don't want to know.
Yes,
That's the password. Give it to the guard.
There always seems to be a few more you can kill. Around you. Yeah. Ha. Hey.
What lies beneath the tower?
You don't want to know.
Cash is over there.
I see you found the place.
Risa,
I've got a message from Basil.
you couldn't wait?
He wants you to deliver the package to the client directly.
Who's the buyer?
A local priest. Apparently word travels fast. He wants the deal finished while the attention's only focused on Basil.
One would imagine.
You'll find him in the temple in Hatmandor. Getting inside will take a bit of creativity. Lakes aren't allowed on temple grounds.
Lakes?
In his words, godless swine.
Right. Any ideas on how to get to him?
I'm a musician, not a soldier. But if I were you, I'd try the Eastern Wall.
So much for creativity. What? Who's there? I'm simply making a delivery. I see you received my message. We did. I've heard the city guard is becoming a threat. That they may be getting information from someone valuable. You understand, I can't afford to be implicated. A man in my position has his reputation to consider. I'm simply a messenger. Of course. You have it then. Here. Oh, thank the gods. And though I may not agree with your methods, you're doing their work. I'm sure. Waiting in shadows, speaking in hushed tones. I wouldn't wish this life on anyone. It's never a choice, is it? I'd imagine not. Remember, we never spoke. Of course.
Nothing but the
Can
best
you watch
wares,
out,
all
please?
priced to meet your
Highest level
financial
of
needs.
customer satisfaction. In all of
Hey!
I guarantee the highest level of customer satisfaction.
It's done.
Racer was able to find you then? No one saw you? You weren't followed?
No.
Good. I apologize for my tone earlier. It appears as if you've done everything I've asked. I believe it's now my turn to indulge you. You had some interesting questions.
I'd like to know about the murders.
There's quite a bit of pressure being placed on our organization. At first, it was the city guard, a concern that's never prevented us from operating in the past. But these murders, they're too clean, too quick. They've been targeting our Veritas supply chain, the medicine. The only thing we know for certain is that the victims used to work for Turs Darum.
Turs Darum?
They may have worked for us, but it wasn't always that way. Darum was the old guard, before Mirage. He didn't go quietly.
I'd imagine not.
It was a different time then. Such transitions are never smooth. Those who were loyal were executed, including family.
Sounds like Mirage missed someone.
Apparently. But it's only one of many problems.
The city guard.
Valerian's gotten ambitious. Sloppy even. It's become obvious that he's managed to gain information from someone within our organization. At first, all signs pointed to you. Strangers with too many questions are not usually alive long enough to prove themselves so useful. Luckily, we think we found our problem.
I want to know about the Tower of Fangs.
While you've earned your answers, your questions are quite concerning. If you plan on living long enough to act on such information, you'll need to do something that benefits both of us. People have grown quite paranoid. They want you dead for nothing more than peace of mind. Well, I can't blame them. Taking care of this problem yourself is beneficial to everyone.
I take it this problem has a name?
Jared.
You think he's working for Valerian?
Sometimes it's easier to remove a question than to find an answer.
I understand.
Speak with Yersk. He'll tell you what you need to know.
Consider it done.
You again. I hear they've been keeping you busy.
Yursk, how are you?
Much better, thanks.
Basil says he might be able to help me solve a problem.
He's staying with his mother. Southwest side of Shaznadar.
I'll handle it from here.
Really? Nothing else I can help you with?
What can you tell me about him?
Speaking about the soon-to-be recently departed is a little too morbid for my taste. In my experience, it's best practice not to know.
Risa, know anything about her?
Afraid to ask her yourself? I don't blame you. She came in a few weeks ago. She decided to work here for Basil. I don't know if this was the right choice, but at least she's not on the street. She's a good girl. Shame she wastes her time in a dump like this.
Thanks, Yursk. I'll see you soon.
I'm sure you will.
What's this?
A little short for a city guard, aren't you? You know, they have special boots for that.
Mind if I ask how you got here?
Well, they had bigger weapons.
What were the charges?
Funny story, there weren't any. Guards around here aren't very fond of paperwork. Maybe I can teach them how to read while I'm here, you know, make a difference in someone's life.
You're awfully calm about this.
Screamers are usually the first ones to go. Would you want to listen to that all day? Bet it rattles the inside of a helmet like a church bell.
Hey, what are you doing? You're not supposed to talk to prisoners. Get out of here.
Anything I can use?
The victims were all members of the old guard, working under Terz Darum before Mirage took control.
That's news to me, but that might help me narrow down any potential targets. I have some work to do. Here, you've earned it.
Yeah.
Find anything on Mirage?
Not yet.
Let me know.
Don't do it.
What?
Don't kill him.
Any reason in particular?
I think you know why.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do. How far do you really plan to take this?
As far as I have to. None of this matters. Mirage, Basil, Jared. I don't expect you to understand. But I'm here for something much more important.
Then convince him to leave the city. Tell Basil you've done your job.
I'll think about it. Jared.
Oh, it's you. A little ironic, isn't it?
You knew they were coming?
Well, not today. Paranoia is like a wildfire in these circles. All it takes is a whisper.
Basil said the same thing.
I bet. You were fetching medicine for sickly mothers a couple days ago. Valerian's got you by both balls, doesn't he?
Jared,
Look, I understand. If I hadn't lost my nerve, I'd probably be at some other poor bastard's doorstep giving him the same somber speech. For what it's worth, I hope you find it.
Find what?
Whatever's worth all of this. Whatever's worth killing for. I thought it was my mother. Couldn't imagine anything more important. But apparently you can.
Go. Get out.
What?
Take her. Disappear. No friends, new names. You vanish completely. You've never even been to Hammondor.
I don't know what to say. Mother! Grab a coat! We're going out!
So, it's done then.
And the mother. As far as anyone will be able to tell, they left town during the night.
Well, Aren't you a creative little prick? Mirage has taken quite an interest in you.
I thought no one sees him.
They don't. He communicates through a single agent. They call him Tongue, fittingly enough.
How can I find him?
Don't get ahead of yourself. I only brought you here to fulfill our arrangement. I simply thought you'd be interested to know what impact your actions have had as of late.
The captain. Where can I find him?
Such information isn't so simple to acquire, even for myself. All I can do is give you his name. Falanin Neiman.
No wonder everyone calls him the captain.
It's not exactly native to this region, though neither is he. He owned a slaughterhouse in Chesnadar nearly a decade ago. When the Imperials began repurposing land without compensation, he fought back. They attempted to arrest him. He killed 3 guards with his bare hands. He's been recruiting men ever since. Just enough to mess with the status quo. Their so-called guerrilla tactics usually end up leaving us with more problems. They destroy shipments we plan to steal, kill guards we pay to walk away. But I have to ask, what's your interest in him?
It's personal.
A vendetta, then? I know the look. Couldn't stop you if I wanted to.
What can you tell me about the Tower of Fangs?
I can tell you that even talking about it has brought about the death of more powerful men than either of us. Some say he's protected by Gandahar himself. I know you have a death wish, but some things are worse than death. Rumors say that Captain is the only one ever to go inside. Then again, rumors also say he rides a horse made of crystal.
Can you tell me about Risa?
I see that my newest pearl got herself a new admirer. She came here a few weeks ago looking for work. When she came into my office, I just couldn't refuse, if you know what I mean. I could have arranged a meeting with her in a quiet place, but I don't think you have that kind of money.
I appreciate it.
Likewise. Before you go...
Sorry, Basil, but...
Relax. It's simply an open offer.
What kind of offer?
I arrange fights from time to time. You know, to entertain the locals. If you ever find yourself in need of extra auras...
I'm listening.
The fights take place at the pit, the arena where the Brotherhood used to train. Speak with a run. Give him the phrase, "You can swallow a pot of blood before you get sick." He'll know that I sent you.
I thought you'd be taller.
I'm sorry?
Forgive my manners. They call me Tongue. Perhaps you've heard of me. Knowing who you are, however, is what I'm paid for.
I know who you are.
I've heard you've been asking about the Tower of Fangs. Quite carelessly, I might add. But if you'd like a more definitive answer to such an ambiguous question, I'd advise you to follow me.
What's this?
After you. I must apologize for this perceived dishonesty.
Open the gate. Now.
Not yet. I'm afraid I cannot ask you to perform the task at hand without knowing you are competent enough to complete it.
What the hell are you talking about?
Mr. Mirage offers you information about the whereabouts of one captain, who, as you probably already know, is the only one to return from the tower alive.
And what does Mr. Mirage want in return?
Nothing for the moment. Mr. Mirage offers this information as a sign of good faith.
Why the trap, then?
It's nothing personal, I assure you. Mr. Mirage is very ritualistic when it pertains to hiring new people. Do you still wish to learn where to find the captain?
Yes.
Then you'll find him with his party in seclusion south of here. Less than a mile, to be more precise. He's built a camp within a small village there. I recommend inquiring about the specifics with the rebels in the area. Now, back to business. Gentlemen, you may begin. Good luck.
This should be fun. Stay down.
Quite impressive. There's a slight theatricality to your methods.
What kind of test was this?
The kind you live to complain about, apparently. Which leaves me with the pleasure of announcing that Mr. Mirage would like to make you an offer.
What if I'm not interested?
While your hesitance might be considered measurably understandable, suggesting that Mr. Mirage isn't the type of person one should consider refusing seems in order.
What's the offer?
You've made several inquiries into a series of murders that recently took place.
I have.
Then it's safe to assume you know that 8 years ago, Mr. Mirage inherited control of Hatmandor's underground.
He cut his way to the top.
In a manner of speaking. Before Mr. Mirage received his inheritance, he was forced to remove Tors Daram, his predecessor. Several of his followers, however, refused to cooperate.
I heard. He had them killed, their families as well.
After we cleansed Daram's residence, Mr. Mirage later discovered a stone left unturned. A boy. A son.
He wasn't accounted for.
Someone was silenced in his stead. Daram's nephew. The resemblance was striking, so close in fact that by the time we discovered our error, Daram's heir was nowhere to be found.
And now you think that he's...
Yes, this is Mr. Mirage's assumption.
And you want me to...
To correct this error, naturally.
And in return?
Money, of course. It's worth noting that the good faith he's shown thus far is extended to relevant financial matters as well. Furthermore, if you succeed, our interest in your services may prove to become much more consistent.
I'll do it.
Good. You should begin with Zask, the only remaining Daram loyalist left by both our target and our employer.
Why was he spared?
Mr. Mirage wisely assumed that if Daram's son returned to the city, he'd contact Zask. He's been monitored ever since, yet our assumption now seems flawed.
Then why bother?
We're simply interested in knowing if we missed something, so it is part of your task to discover this before our situation escalates. This is espionage, not an interrogation. Convince him to trust you. He owns a small workshop in Chesnadar. I pray that Basil hasn't overestimated your skill set regarding this matter. Best of luck.
Tell me more about the boy.
He had dark hair. His name was Daniel, though time has a way of rendering such trivial information even less relevant.
Tell me about Zask.
His appearance betrays his age in a least ideal fashion. While he's quite old, he appears ancient. He crafts armor and weapons from his workshop in Chesnadar. While we ironically make the occasional purchase from him, he's been reduced to filling large orders for the Empire, Not exactly ideal work for one who considers themselves an artisan.
It seems I have work to do.
It seems you do indeed.
What do we have here?
Hey, you. The commander told me to give you these keys.
Keys?
Yeah, keys to the gates. We cut off several parts of the desert because of the Varn infestation. Unfortunately, they've taken control of some of our outposts. Now anyone crazy enough to wander the desert needs these keys. Not to mention a big stick. Here.
Friends, it should be a crime to pass on these fantastic wares. Welcome, sir. I know you'll not leave unsatisfied. The pleasure was mine. Do come again.
I'd like to mourn quietly for the time being. Thank you again, brother.
And how are you on this fine day? Thanks again. Don't forget to tell your friends.
What do you want?
I'm here to fight.
You're kidding, right?
Do I look like I'm kidding?
That depends. Were you given a password?
You can swallow a pint of blood before getting sick.
Basil. Give him my regards. That is, if you live to see him again. Welcome to the arena. There are a few ground rules. Rule number 1, don't talk about the arena. Understood?
And the rest?
What rest?
You said the first rule.
Don't be a smartass. Ready for your first opponent?
I'm ready.
All right. We can't kill you in your first fight. The crowd doesn't like it. Take it slow, make it bloody. That they love.
Good.
You got him. Kind of sad, really. Not really sure you've earned it, but I wouldn't want to go off crying to Basil.
Thanks, I think.
Ready for the next fight?
Who's next?
Couple of archers. Saw 'em last week. Fast, accurate. Hope to the gods you're better. Time to find out. Hell of a show.
I thought so.
But let's face it, bitches with bows don't exactly whiten anyone's hair. Here, buy yourself something pretty. Win the next one, and I might throw you a little something extra.
What am I up against?
A dwarf.
A dwarf?
You deaf? Been a long time since we've had one in the arena. Might be something people remember you for. Try not to get killed. You'll embarrass us both.
Not a problem.
He might appear slow with that huge axe in his hands, but make no mistake, he knows how to use it. You'd think the little bastard was born with it in his stubby little fingers.
I'll keep that in mind. At least the first part. Warned you.
Decided to take a little off the top.
So much for dignity.
There's no dignity in fighting little people for money. Speaking of which, here's your money. Worked up something special for you this time.
Let me guess. 7 dwarves?
Cheetah trainer.
You're joking.
Brought a few friends with him. Have fun out there.
Let's get this over with. Bet you're glad you met me. That's rich.
Guess there's always one more way to skin a cat.
Tasteful.
You're starting to like it out there. I can see it in your eyes. Let's see if the next one doesn't change your mind.
Bring it on.
Just got the word. You'll be fighting the Deadly Three.
The Deadly Three?
1 gladiator, 2 archers. They'll try to box you in, steal your focus. Take them out. Then focus on the big one.
Wish their strategy was as ridiculous as their name. Bet you're glad you met me.
You're alive. Wasn't expecting that.
Neither was I.
Guess they're just the Dead Three now. Better name, if you ask me. Just a step away from your next title. Ready for another match?
You really need to ask?
That's what I like to hear. Clashing weapons is one thing, but fighting a mage, that takes something else. Especially this one. He didn't make it this far on wit alone. Time to see how you stack up.
That's rich.
Hell of a fight.
You have no idea.
More than you know. A fight like that reminds me of my days in the arena.
You were a fighter.
You think I got this job by mopping up after a crowd and smiling through my teeth? I won 8 fights in a row. Got close to the champion title.
What happened?
A mage happened. We'd been in the arena for over an hour. Kept countering my blows with magic. I got tired. Lost my balance. He had his window. Refused to kill me. I can't run if you can't walk. Only fight I'm walking away from is the one you've already finished.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. Got another one in you?
Since you're being so polite.
All right then. But I gotta tell you, this one would have me throwing in the towel and giving someone the finger. Seems the crowd wasn't too happy with you painting the stands with those poor little cheetahs. They decided the next one shouldn't be so cuddly.
Boars, bears.
A giant fucking spider. Brought the bastard in from the mountains. Scratched her up a bit. Torched her web, but I think that just pissed her off. Do us all a favor and smash her before she starts snacking on the crowd.
This should be fun. Yeah. Bet you're glad you met me.
Fucking hate those things. Even the little ones. Hate to be the poor bastard forced to clean that up.
I think I found a new set of nightmares.
In that case, maybe spend a bit of this on a warm glass of milk. They're playing our song.
I don't hear anything.
Basil's keeping this one a secret. After the last one, I guess it's for the best.
The suspense is killing me.
Let's hope it's the only thing.
Good.
Did you see it?
Is that an actual question?
A werebeast. A man-eating god's fucking werebeast. Next time you see Basil, ask him where he got his second pair, then slap him like a girl for me. Fuck! You saw the way it started leaping around? Might as well have just jumped right out into the stands. Between this and that fucking Sparta, you'd think Basil was trying to get us all killed.
Hell of a fight.
Hell of a fight. Ran into one myself in Cathalon. We'd gotten lost in the woods after nightfall. Bastards started picking us off one by one. Never saw it, only noises, growls, screams. Hope it was the same one. That'd be a story to tell. Little too poetic for the real world, ain't it? All right. We're in the running stretch. Survive the next 2 rounds and you'll be the new arena champion.
As long as Basil's running out of monsters.
Almost. This one's the current champ.
And there's a fight after this?
Don't dwell on that now. You have to focus. You're fighting another mage. Very powerful. From what I've heard, he's only a notch below Master Datton in the guild's current lineup. So, either you cave in his skull before he can shake one of his little necklaces, or pray he leaves enough of you to model a statue after. We clear?
Definitely. This should be fun. That's rich.
That magical turd never even saw you coming.
Thank God.
You defeated the champion, but in the arena you don't walk away with the title just by carving it off the last bastard. Consider it a victory lap.
Then let's get it over with.
I don't know where the hell Basil found you, but it's been a pleasure watching you work. Whether you walk back in here or not, you've earned it in my eyes.
It's me? Yeah. Bet you're glad you met me.
Welcome back, champion. That was one huge son of a bitch, wasn't he?
Not anymore.
You always had it in you. Didn't exactly see it at first. But you didn't exactly look the part either.
Maybe not.
Doesn't matter now, though. Couldn't be prouder if I'd won myself.
It was a win for both of us.
Maybe so. But there's something more in it for you. Take it. You've earned every bit. Don't know where you'll go from here, but I wish you the best.
Thanks, Aaron. For everything.
It was my pleasure, champion. Godspeed.